Peace and blessings, light and love. It is your girl Raye Queen with The Secret for Sisters, and today we are talking about Yoni V steaming. Now, it has traditionally been called Yoni, which is an ancient word. It is a Sanskrit word that just means vagina, and it's a practice that has been used by women for thousands and thousands and thousands of years in the eastern hemisphere of the world. But just like a lot of other things and other healing practices, it has gained popularity here in North America and in the western part of the world. And so it has now been named V steaming or vaginal steaming or vag steaming. There's a couple of different varieties, but nonetheless, it is an amazing practice for you to incorporate into your womb wellness ritual. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can personally vouch for its benefits. And I know that it has been used for a host of women's health issues, fibroids, endometriosis, cancer in some cases, cancers of the reproductive organs is what I'm making reference to. A relationship detox, when we have intercourse, we exchange energies, and those energies remain in our bodies and in our energy systems, and they affect our chakras, and they affect a bunch of other stuff. And so it's good to detox and remove any energies that might still be present from old relationships, from old sexual partners. It's just a good practice to keep your womb and your female reproductive system healthy. So today we're going to talk about what it is. I guess we just did that. So we're going to talk about how to do it, when you should not do it, when you should do it, how often, what type of herbs should be used, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's going to be short and sweet. You know I do not like to do long videos. I will have you in and out of here very quickly. So this slide I found here shows a sister who is kneeled over a steel pot as she is steaming her vagina. This is the way I like to do it. The only thing missing from this is that you want to have on either a long skirt or you want to wrap yourself with a sheet or a blanket or something so that the steam can be contained and directed into the vaginal cavity. So first, let's talk about what type of herbs you might want to use. Here at The Secret for Sisters, we do sell prepackaged Yoni steams, but you can make your own. Most certainly go to your local health food store. I want to make sure that you are purchasing organic herbs. Do not get anything that's not organic, child, because you don't want nothing bad up in your JJ. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it 100% organic. You can use just about any herb. There are a few herbs out there. I am a board-certified holistic health practitioner, and I have my postdoctorate in natural medicine. So I'm not just rambling my mouth. There are some herbs out there you want to stay away from, but these are some of the most popular herbs that most Yoni spas will use, and that I can tell you can use if you're going to build your own Yoni steam at home. Go buy some organic marigold, rosemary, lavender, rose petals, red raspberry, red clover, motherwort, fennel, dandelion, mullein, Himalayan salt. And we're going to talk a little bit more about each of these in just a little bit and what each one will do for your vagina, for your yoni. Okay, so this is how you do it. I want to make sure that you are not using a pot that is a Teflon pot or any of those non-stick pots. Those pots are made with chemicals that are damaging to even cook with. So if you're cooking with it, I want you to throw it away. I want you to throw it away right now. I want you to pause this video and go throw it away, because it does contribute to, it has been known to contribute to cancer risk, dementia, Alzheimer's, a bunch of crap. Just throw it away. Listen to me. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong, honey. Throw it away. Make sure you're using a pot that is not Teflon, is not nonstick. The best is stainless steel. Hopefully you can find that. And what you're going to do is you're going to get 4 cups of water. You're going to use purified water or spring water or alkaline water. Do not use tap water. Do not use distilled water. Do not use just drinking water when it says drinking water on the label. Okay, you want to make sure you're using spring, purified, or alkaline. I have an affinity to alkaline water, but I do sometimes use a spring water. Spring water has all of the natural minerals from the earth in it, and that's going to help with the electric component of steaming. And alkaline water is high in pH, which helps the body to rid itself of any type of toxins and chemicals and things of that sort. So get some alkaline water, get some spring water, and get 4 cups of that. And you're going to put that in a pot with about an ounce of herbs, your herbal blend. An ounce is the equivalent to about 2 tablespoons. And you're going to put that in a pot, and you're going to put the lid on it, and you're going to bring it to a soft boil. Okay? Once it boils, I mean, you don't want a roaring boil, people. You calm down, just a little soft boil. Once it gets to that soft boil, you're going to turn off your eye, and you're going to let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. Now, if you're going to use this pot to do your steaming, that's fine. But if you're going to transfer it to a smaller pot, or if you're going to transfer it to a stainless steel bowl that you're going to place in your toilet, that's the time when you would make the transfer. Okay? And then you're going to kneel over it, or you're going to do the steaming for about 10 to 12 minutes. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do the steaming. Excuse me. I need some water. So, okay, so you can squat. As you can see the sister over there, she's kind of, I think she might be sitting on a stool, but you can squat over it with a long skirt. Just kneel down and let the steam raise up into your vaginal cavity. Like I said, make sure you're covered up on the bottom to keep the steam in place. The picture in the middle is with a stainless steel bowl inside of the toilet. A lot of sisters like doing it this way. It's not my favorite, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you feel comfortable with is all that matters. So that's when you would pour your herbs into the bowl in the toilet, and then you would just sit on the toilet. If you have knee problems, if you're not very flexible, if squatting for long periods of time is difficult, if doing yoga is difficult, then this is the method I would encourage you to do. And then the last image is my favorite, and it's just doing a yoga pose. I like to do yoga while I'm doing my vaginal steam, and I do go into child's pose, or what's been commonly referred to as child's pose. And that is when you bend over, as the sister is pictured. Of course, you would have on a skirt, and you would place the steam in between your legs, and you would bend over into child's pose and hold these poses for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, and just feel the steam going into your vaginal area. You're going to feel it. It's going to feel like a soft massage, and the heat is going to be a little, you're going to notice it. You're going to feel it, and it's going to feel good. And it's going to feel good for a long time. So now let's talk about when you do not steam. If you are pregnant, child, please. If you are on your period, even if you are only spotting just a little bit, you're not going to steam. If you currently have an IUD, you cannot steam. Okay? Now, when you do steam, I want you to find a sacred space. This is a practice, like I said, it's born of Eastern tradition. And so being very mindful and clear on your intent is a crucial part of doing vaginal steaming. So find a sacred space. Find a quiet time when your badass kids aren't going to bother you, when your nosy ass husband or partner is not going to bother you. Find a time when you can be alone and you can focus on healing your womb. Light some candles, child. Burn some incense. Do you. Turn on some Ibadu, whatever creates a sacred space and a divine energy for you, do it. You can do vaginal steams every 2 to 3 months just for maintenance. Say you've had the same partner for years, you're not suffering from fibroids, or you're not having recurring yeast infections, or you don't have any problems like that, then every 2 to 3 months for maintenance is just fine, just to strengthen your womb. But if you are suffering from some type of an ailment, yeast infections, BV, you've had multiple sexual partners, or you're changing sex partners, you have been having sex with somebody whose energy is not positive or healthy, you want to do a vaginal steam. So if you're dealing with those things, you can do it twice a month. That's fine. You want to make sure that you're using the right herbal blend for your reasons for doing it twice a month. And if you are not sure, you can always hit up your girl, Raye Queen at thesecretforsisters.com, RAYEQUEEN at thesecretforsisters.com, and I'll be happy to share the knowledge with you. You can do a vaginal steam before your cycle. There is a herbal blend that's good for PMS symptoms. If you do that before your period comes, right before your period comes, it will ease your PMS symptoms. And you can also do it right after your cycle, and that's just to cleanse out any residue, any old blood that might still be in there, to help you purge that from your body. Okay, so you got that? Good. So now, like I said, we do sell prepackaged V steaming herbs, and they are $3 a package. It's already measured out for you to just dump the bag into 4 cups of water. Okay, the 4 we have right now, and we are working on creating some new ones. But right now we have the Mother of All Mothers. So if you're dealing with fibroids or ovarian cysts or endometriosis or any other type of reproductive ailment, then you want to buy the Mother of All Mother vaginal steam. That has a combination of the Himalayan salts. All of our steams have vaginal, have Himalayan salts. The Himalayan salts are very, very good for a lot of things. It's very heavy in natural minerals. It helps to maintain the normal function of the reproductive system, and it tightens the vaginal tissue. So all of our V steams have Himalayan salts, but the Mother of Mother also has some mullein in it, and has motherwort in it, and some other things. The PMS, that's when I say you can take before your period. You can also take it afterwards. And that has a combination of, if you experience excessive bleeding, irregular bleeding, if you have a lot of mood swings, girl, like you be tripping for no reason, you know what I'm talking about. If you are fatigued, that's my problem. I get so fatigued right before my cycle. Cramping, if you are suffering from bacterial infections, then you want to purchase the PMS package. That has some things in it like the salts, lavender, fennel, rose petals. Again, all of these are all organic. Okay. Then we have the Menopause Magic. Menopause. That is for women of a certain age, even if you're perimenopausal. Now, a lot of sisters don't know that in your late 30s, typically, you start to experience perimenopausal symptoms. So you might be one of those sisters who has never had PMS problems, no real major issues. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have any major issues. I had girlfriends who would be doubled over with pain from their period and all kinds of ridiculousness. And I was like, girl, why are you tripping? You're doing too much, because I couldn't relate to that. That was never my experience. It wasn't until I went into perimenopause that I started to have these symptoms. And so the menopause magic relieves a lot of those menopausal symptoms and perimenopausal symptoms like night sweats, hot flashes, moodiness, irritability, can't sleep good, those things. It also increases cervical mucus. So women might begin to experience some vaginal dryness because you're not producing as much mucus in your cervix as you had been because of hormonal changes. This is good for that. And it also helps to increase the blood flow to your reproductive organs, which helps to balance out your hormones. It helps with your sex life, a bunch of other crap. That has fennel in it, red clover, which is a good one. Red clover is used in a lot of vaginal steam. So if you just want to go to your store and buy your own, I would encourage you to get the red clover or some red raspberry and just start with that. Okay. And then the relationship release. This is the one we sell the most of. If you have just got out of a relationship, whether it was a good relationship or a bad relationship, if you are sleeping with a couple of different people, in between those partners, you want to use this relationship release. If you are taking on the energy of your partner, if you have somebody who is negative, has a lot of bad karma on them, a lot of bad energy with them all the time, you're picking that up, sis. When we have sex, we exchange energies. That's what the whole energy field thing does. And so you want to make sure that you release that from your aura, from your psychic field. And so the relationship release is the bomb. And I want to say a lot of women are dealing with partners who might not be the most positive or have karmic debts, but I think this one sells the most because of the changing up of partners. I mean, you know what? It's 2018. Women are having multiple partners. That's your business. Whatever. I just want you to be healthy, and I want you to be safe, and I want your womb to be well. So in between partners, and again, you can only do this twice a month, you want to do the relationship release. It clears up the old blood and the old energy. It balances your reproductive system, and it tones your womb. That one has rosemary in it, mullein, marigold, some other stuff. So that's the one I would encourage you to get. Again, these are only $3 a package. I would say buy, 3 or 4 of them at a time over the next couple of months. If you're dealing with an issue, you can do it twice a month. If you're just doing it to maintain something, then you would just want to use the relationship release. All right, so that is it, girl. I told you I wouldn't keep you that long. But I will tell you very briefly, which I didn't do, my bad, what some of these herbs are good for, so you know if you're going to buy them on your own. If you're going to get marigold, it is good for balancing your reproductive system and for womb wellness. Rosemary increases circulation to the reproductive organs. Lavender restores your normal functioning of the reproductive system. Rose petals helps to prevent the growth of bacteria. It helps with nausea, cramping, mood swings, fatigue, bloating. If you have a lot of bloating, rose petals is a good one. Red raspberry is good for the uterus. If you have uterine fibroids or uterine cysts, any type of problems with the uterus, get the red raspberry. Red clover is good for vaginal dryness and menstrual cramping. Yarrow is good for helping if you have a hard time with your period coming, like you have the worst PMS symptoms and it seems like it's taking forever for your period to come, or it's not coming at the same time, like every 28 days, every lunar cycle like it's supposed to, then you want to try some yarrow. It also helps with cramping. Motherwort helps with fibroids and endometriosis. Fennel helps to regulate your menstrual cycle and relieves menopausal symptoms. Um, what did I forget? I know I forgot something. If I forgot something, just email me and I'll tell you. And be careful about what you find out there on Google. I'm tired of y'all Google scribing yourself. Everything on the internet is not right and exact. Make sure you're taking information from somebody who's well studied and well learned. Okay, so if you want to buy the packages, just go to secretforsisters.com and you can purchase the prepackaged ones. If you just have a question and you want me to steer you in the right direction, girl, just hit me up on the email, rayqueen@secretforsisters.com, and we'll make it happen. All right, as always, sending you the very best in health. And remember that laughter should be the only thing that hurts.